You're sitting at your desk, staring at a college application. Your eyes lock onto the box that asks for your greatest strengths, and suddenly, your mind goes completely blank. It feels like everyone around you was born with some obvious, defining talent. They have their thing, while you're left wondering if you skipped the genetic lottery for skills altogether. When we try to figure out what we're good at, we usually look in the wrong places. We scan our past for high grades, shiny trophies, or the times our parents praised us for doing our chores. Those traditional metrics measure how well you follow instructions and comply with the rules of a school or a household. They don't reveal much about your raw, natural ability. To uncover your actual leverage, the things you are genuinely built for, you have to stop looking at your past achievements. Instead, you need to pay very close attention to how you experience time. We all know the agonizing feeling of sitting in a brutally boring class, staring at the clock. Every passing minute feels like an hour. But then there are those other moments. You sit down to work on a project, and before you know it, 3 hours have vanished in an instant. This time distortion functions as a biological signal, revealing when your brain shifts into highest gear. Your brain constantly adjusts its internal stopwatch, based entirely on how deeply engaged you are with whatever is right in front of you. Tracking down the specific activities that cause this time blindness gives you a diagnostic compass. It points directly to your natural leverage. Psychologists have a name for this exact experience of time blindness. They call it the flow state. This graph shows the required intersection. Difficulty is on the vertical axis, skill on the horizontal. High skill with low challenge creates boredom. High challenge with little skill triggers anxiety. The flow channel sits perfectly on the diagonal. When challenge matches ability, cognitive absorption peaks. When you operate inside this channel, your prefrontal cortex actually shuts down its time-tracking network to dedicate all of your brain's processing power to the task. That neurological shutdown acts like a homing beacon, highlighting the environments where your brain operates with the least resistance. While others have to use raw willpower to stay focused on these tasks, you are being pulled forward by the flow state itself. This allows you to log hours of deep practice without the mental fatigue that stops everyone else. You don't need to agonize over inventing a lifelong passion out of thin air. You just need to become a silent observer of your own attention span. To gather that data, we are going to run a simple, practical test. I call it the Time Warp Audit. Pick up your phone right now and set a recurring daily alarm for 8 p.m. for the next 3 days. Here is the only rule. When that alarm goes off, write down exactly 1 moment from that day where you completely forgot to check your phone. It does not matter if that moment happened while you were organizing your closet, writing a line of code, or sketching in a notebook. Only the psychological state of deep absorption matters. Your natural leverage already exists inside of you. It just requires deliberate documentation to bring it into the light. But this audit will likely surface a tough question. How many of the things you think you enjoy are actually your own preferences, and how many are just copies of what your friends like? Most of what we want is actually a psychological copycat effect called mimetic desire. Next time, we're going to break down how to stop chasing someone else's ghost and reclaim your own identity. You've got this. I'll see you in the next video.